Hi everyone, it's Sarah. This is my second Hybrid Memories video. I will be working with just Jaimee's July 2020 Storyteller kit. I shared in my last video what I had printed off from it. Since then, I have printed a whole slew of photos and screenshots and just things that I think I might want to use in this traveler's notebook. I should say that I should have maybe printed some of these things a little bit smaller. I made sure they would fit on the page, but then I added, as you can see, to a bunch of these, I added white borders. So I'm going to have to probably trim some of the borders off of some of them, but you live and you learn. It's been a while since I've done this, so I'm relearning the process, I guess you could say. I printed this on a Kodak photo paper, a matte one. It's super thin, which will be great for the traveler's notebook. I don't know if that's really going to show you anything, but it's thinner than most cardstocks. And but I think that the photos are great, so we'll see how it goes and see if I like this process in the end. I do like that it's matte a lot. I prefer matte photos. I did start by trying to print on a glossy, but it was too thick for my printer. Like I said, new printer, and it just did not want to go through the rear feed. So I have like 100 sheets of this, so this will last me. I was surprised. My husband was kind of laughing at me when I first started talking about wanting to do these notebooks for my scrapbooking my 2020 months, and he goes, "What are you going to put in it? We're not really doing anything." And I managed to print off 9 pages worth of stuff for a month where we did go a couple of places. It was our first time really kind of venturing out, and we still didn't go do a lot, but most of our time is spent at home, as is, I guess, most of your time. So it's amazing what happens when you just start looking around you and deciding that I mean, we keep busy, I guess, is what I'm saying. So I printed off pictures, then I went through my notebook, and as you can see, I've kind of just put little post-it notes or little page tabs. These were things that I bought at Daiso a couple of years ago, and I figured I might as well use it. So I've just kind of written down what I think I'm going to put on each page, just a word or two to help me remember, and we'll see. I might end up moving stuff around, you never know, but I thought that this would be a good place to kind of start, just so I made sure I had room for all of the pictures I had printed out. Yeah, so let me see. In the first page, I'm going to put like just notable moments from obviously I'll put a July 2020 label or tag of some sort on the front, and then like maybe notable moments, so I can just look at the front and be like, oh, well, this was kind of the big things that happened this month. And then on the very back, I'm probably not going to be able to go back and retroactively do this, but I just wanted some screenshots of some memes and stuff that I thought were funny or appropriate for the time. So I'll do that last 2 pages, at least going forward for each month. Let me see what I want to start with. So I have this picture of a rainbow that I took outside our house. This might be a fun one. I thought I went ahead and cropped it in half so that I don't have to worry about how it's going to line up. Might want to go down a little bit further. This might be what I start with. It's pretty faint. You can hardly see it. And there was actually a double rainbow, but there's the second rainbow. I think you can kind of just, at least in person, make it out very, very faintly. But it was pretty hard to see even when we were looking at it. So let's go ahead. I just have a few supplies here in addition to the Storyteller kit that I showed you. I have adhesive, just Tombow mono adhesive. This is either, it's been so long since I've used this, this is either almost full or almost empty. I think it is almost empty, so I have a refill here if I need it. And then, and this used to be a Stampin' Up! Demo, so this is actually one of my holders from Stampin' Up! From back in the day. But the Tombow mono adhesive fits perfectly, so that's what I have. I have just a pair of cutter bee scissors, honeybee scissors, sorry, they're the ones with the Teflon, and a Micron 0.03. This is my favorite journaling pen, so grab that out too. I also have within arm's reach of me a few other things. I am not opposed to adding to this kit, just to, if I want to put some extra embellishments or stamps or something like that on it. I will eventually get a date stamp that goes past 2018. My date stamp that I have only goes to 2018, so I can't actually stamp dates with that in any of these things. I will hold on to them because, as I've talked about before, I have a lot of pre-2018 stamps to do. So this is my first layout in my new Traveler's Notebook. Like I said, this is the first time I have done any sort of scrapbooking since beginning of 2018, and yeah, I'm excited to get started. So let's see what we end up with. So I'm going to start by just adding a little bit of adhesive to this picture. I'm going to try this in real time, see how it goes. I don't know, my camera doesn't really hold a lot of, it only will do 40 minutes before it shuts off, so we'll see where I end up at. I may end up having to stop and start again. So I'm just going to try to butt that right up next to the other page, leaving just a small little gap. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to do the other side. I may end up doing this as a voiceover, so you may not hear any of this anyway. We will see. Hopefully I can do it in real time, though. I prefer that. Sorry. I'm going to make sure you're still in frame. Again, try to leave a little bit of a gap so that it doesn't pull in on itself. I may have should have gone just a little bit. Make sure I get that corner down. Okay, so that's lined up pretty good. You can tell it's one picture. What do you think? Okay, so pretty rainbow in the sky. Hopefully, I'm really having a hard time telling on my phone whether or not that's showing up. I think towards the edges where it was a little bit brighter, it might be showing up a little bit more. Let's see. That could be a fun element. Let's leave that there because I like the colors. It goes well with the rainbow colors because they're really, really pale. And then I've got a nice white space here I can do some journaling on, so I may not do any sort of like label or tag or anything like that. I may just keep this simple. I think this alphabet is too big to, I was going to maybe spell out rainbow, but I think this alphabet is too big. So let me see. I'm going to walk over here and see if I can find a small alpha that I can use that would match. Oh, goodness. It's not wanting to close. So I have this Old Studio Calico alphabet. I don't know if I like the pink. Well, it matches that pink pretty well. So, even though it's a little bit darker than that one, I think it matches the pink in the... Let me see. Or, don't have any small A's. I wonder if I could probably cut down one of these B's. No, not one of the B's, one of the D's. I could try that. Rainbow. Okay, I can spell it out, or I could do it all. Maybe I could do it all caps. Rainbow. Yeah, let's do that. So I'll just use the top of this as a guide. I mean, obviously anybody looking at it will know it's a rainbow, but so you know what? I think I'm going to start on the right side and work my way over. You will hear me. I overprocess everything in my head, so you will get to hear my entire thought process as I do this. Okay, so the story behind this is, it gives me a little small O too. Maybe I could use that for something. I don't know. We were sitting in, my husband and I were sitting in the living room, and my daughter all of a sudden was like, come here, come here. We occasionally will see a rainbow out here, but to see one that stretches across the whole sky is not super, super common. So she was excited. I'm having a hard time getting that where I want it. It's a little bit better. I don't really worry too much about placement and how things are going to line up on my pages, as long as it looks semi-decent. Oh, this is sticking. It's not. Not wanting to let go of this. There we go. Middle part. So yeah, this little alphabet is super cute. I'm not sure how long I've had it, but a long time. A friend sent me a whole bunch of scrapbooking items, and I think this may have come with it. I've actually bought a couple of like those like $5 kits that Studio Calico used to do as well. I'm having a real hard time with this, guys. Probably should line it up on a piece of acetate or ruler or something first, but today's not going to be that day. Okay, and spelling backwards is always tricky. I'm always afraid I'm going to mess up and spell something wrong. Okay, obviously that is crooked. If I can line up this edge. Oh my goodness. That's better. Okay. Almost there. As far as I know, I've spelled this correctly so far. I do have a piece of sticker on me. Definitely feel like I'm a little crooked, but I am going to be okay with that. And there's my R. Ugh. Let's see. Let's see what else. I definitely want more than just this on here. Let me go ahead and, I think I'm happy with that, so I'm going to go ahead and stick that down. Okay. Now that's there now. Kind of wish it was a little bit straighter. I do like it at a angle, but I wish it were a little bit straighter. Oh well. Nope. I'm just going to mess around with some of the stuff that I have printed out and see if I like any of it. That could be fun. Just these stars underneath the rainbow. Why not? Oh, a little bit lower. So my cut was off just by a hair, but it's going up against a white background, so it doesn't really matter that much. I do like these stars here. I'm happy with that. Obviously need to get a straight edge so I can try to line things up just a little bit better in the future. But I'm not going to be too concerned about it today. Oh, maybe I am. That's okay. Okay, so I like that. I think that looks good. It brings out that rainbow. It's not even in rainbow order, but that's the order it was on the sheet, so I'm just sticking with it. Let's see if there's anything else. I don't see anything else that I really want to add to that. I'm actually kind of happy with that. And then I think I can just add a little bit of journaling. Let's see. I may do the journaling and then come back and show you the layout finished. And if I do anything different, if I decide on anything else, I'll let you know that as well. I will be back in a moment. Okay, I've got the journaling done. This is pretty much going to be it. Pretty simple little layout, but I think that is what's going to work best for the Traveler's Notebook because you don't want a whole lot of bulk. When I get towards the last photos, I might add a little bit, but I certainly don't want to try to journal when I've got a bunch of like wood veneers or enamel dots or anything of that nature in it. It says, Liz caught sight of this beautiful rainbow outside our house. I was happy to be able to capture this picture before it faded away. So, when I get a new date stamp, I might stamp the date probably either here, I don't know. We'll figure it out. But you'll get to see it when I do a flip through, hopefully, because I'm hoping to be able to get that date stamp sooner rather than later. So yeah, my first layout in my July 2020 Traveler's Notebook, made with just Jaimee's Storyteller kit. I will put a link down to her Storyteller, this particular Storyteller collection, in the description. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.